If you told me that this set of wings, this helmet, and this armor were all part of the same thing, I'd think you were joking. And therein lies the problem with this set. It has no cohesion. The armor itself is quiet and reserved, right in line with other Atlas sets like Elder or Crucible. The back attachment is one of the most outlandish things we've ever received, and the helm is quite literally the Galaxy Brain meme. Atlas' biggest enemy ends up being itself. Now on a technical level, this set is impressive, but it's jumbled in a noisy clash of styles and themes that can really only be appreciated once the pieces are isolated from each other. So let's start with the armor. Grey cloth robe bound by leather and a jade chest plate, covered in a torn material to give it like an otherworldly look. This armor looks right at home with like other neutral sets, and it's not a bad design, by any means. Turning to the helmet, it takes on a whole new color palette from the armor with red eyes and celestial blue-purple theme that looks more at home on the Yoga Golem than it does on its own set. And then there's the wings, taking yet another departure from the established color palette. These have like crisp bright blue and introduces bright orange diamonds as like magic focuses for the hands. And in addition, this design has some sort of branching wings on top of the hands that sprawl outwards. And now that's what gets me the most about this set, is it could have been so much more had it just, you know, meshed together better. Like if I was going to make some changes, I changed the cloth on the wings to match the actual cloth on the set so there's not like a clash of neutral tones there. And then either I would lean into the jade palette, because we haven't gotten a jade armor set yet, so might as well, and you know, channel the Far Eastern god influence, or instead drop all the random weird colors and just lean into a traditional celestial look. In either instance, I would remove the odd branching wings. They're cool, I just don't think they fit in this design. I think it's just a symptom of over design. Like, these would have been fine without it. And you know what, the best part about this is you can actually recreate the full jade thing. You can recreate this concept in game with the madness boots, the delirium boots. They can change the color of the wings and it looks like it all matches. What could have been. But that's not what we got. So how do we use the armor set we actually got? Well, first off, the armor is incredibly neutral aside from the jade. So in that case, you have two choices. Either try to lean into that color to make it stand out more, or ignore it. The standout basically involves Ghost Flame and Spectre gear because for some reason there's no actual jade armor yet. Make one please. But without the jade, this basically becomes just another great armor, and while the set looks okay, it's also something that can be done by 15 other armors in the games that aren't, you know, $500. And then there's the helmet. Untethered from the main set, this becomes a striking combo piece, can fit on any number of sets. Here's one combo based on Overlord and one on Soul Stealer with the alternate helm. I particularly like this one. Any excuse to use the Synthesis MTX always makes me happy. And finally, the wings. You know, these kind of remind me of Miracle, and despite how crazy they are, I find myself liking them more and more. These plus their accompanying character effect are like my favorite pieces of this set. Yes, they are outlandish, but they're unique and have a very interesting palette on their own. Water Elemental is clutch here to making these work, and yes, it looks like the set was like the thing that these actually came with, so, you know, go figure. As you can see, each of the pieces of the Atlas set can be placed in some incredible combos. It's just sad that as a whole, this set lacks focus. It had so much potential. And what's more, the portal is like one of the most incredible things ever added to the game, MTX-wise. And I'm not even that much of a portal guy, but still, you know, even I can appreciate how insane this is. But it's for those reasons that I really don't recommend this set. Or not, at least not for anybody who's like not the most avid of collectors. And maybe like the physical goods, maybe like the hoodie will sway it a bit more for you, but I don't really consider those when I take a look at the supporter packs. For me, it's mainly just the in-game stuff that I take a look at. And yeah, this set didn't really do it for me. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I'm sure lots of people feel differently, but after all, that's why I make these videos. I don't necessarily make it to harp on the design, but, you know, give my thoughts and give a better look for people who are still on the fence. So yeah, thanks for watching Core Series this year. I appreciate all the support. And in addition to the 5 main videos, there's also 5 like attachment videos, one for each of the sets. There's a hideout that I released. There's videos on the portals. All of that's going to be on the playlist that's navigatable from the side, I think. And then, you know, if you have any more questions or have any more requests, feel free to ask them basically anywhere. And I'll see if I can't, you know, add another video to the playlist or just DM you the request.